Violent mobs forcing the evacuation of Capitol Hill yesterday, including our next guest, who has been a victim of political violence before and credits Capitol Hill police with saving his life, and so many others. House Minority Leader Steve Scalise joins us now. Good morning to you.
Ainsley, good morning. Good morning. To be with you.
Good to have you here. You know better than anyone there's no place for violence. What's your reaction this morning?
Yeah, it was a very disturbing day yesterday. I had a lot of anger, as so many of my colleagues, that the Capitol got overrun, and these were anarchists and terrorists. There's no place for it, and all of us that were unequivocal yesterday, just like we were unequivocal during the summer, that there is no place in this country to resort to violence to solve differences. That's not who we are as a country. It was very upsetting to see it happen yesterday. It was critical, as some of my other colleagues have said, that we had to take the House back and come back to work last night. And we did. And that was a big focus of the day when the Capitol had gotten overrun, that we had to get it back. And I just, really do appreciate the work that our Capitol Police do. Many of them were injured, assaulted during that overrun. And, my heart was going out to them, because I knew the things that they were dealing with, and as well as colleagues and staff who were still in the Capitol during a lot of that period.
Right. 14 officers were injured. 2 of them had to go to the hospital. 4 people died in total. I don't like to be critical of law enforcement because they do an amazing job, but why weren't there more officers there? Who's to blame for that? Did the mayor not do her job and put more people out on the streets to make sure that if this did happen, the Capitol was protected? Because y'all are the most important individuals in Washington, and you're there trying to certify an election, and you knew that people were upset outside. So why weren't there more people there to protect y'all?
Well, that's a question that came up a lot yesterday, and it's going to continue to come up, because it should have never happened. I don't blame the mayor of D.C. that she's not in control of the United States Capitol. That building
Who is that? That's
is controlled by the United States Capitol Police. Okay. There were other. I had conversations with everybody from the Secretary of Defense yesterday to others, and everybody, I think, should have had a better plan in place. And, it wasn't like people didn't know yesterday was going to be a contentious day. It would have been building for weeks. And so there should have been a better plan in place to secure the United States Capitol. And the people's business has to go on. Right. And there's going to be a lot of conversations about how to make sure it never happens again. Right. It was an embarrassment, not only within our country, but around the world.
I know.
For people to see that happen to the United States Capitol. Should have never happened. And it can't happen again, Ainsley.
Exactly, because we need to send the message that they can't do this too. As far as Joe Biden, he became president. It was certified. What is your message to America? How can we unite?
We've got to come together, and there has to be a peaceful transfer of power. It's what our country. It's a hallmark of our country, and you're seeing the White House talk about that now, and they need to, because I think it's an important time for our country to come together. We have political differences. It's been something our country's had for over 240 years, and we celebrate our differences. We don't resort to violence to do that. And we can't do it now. Again, what happened yesterday should be condemned by everybody, just like what happened during last summer should have been condemned when people resorted to violence.
Right.
And so let's come back together. Let's tone down the rhetoric. And, we're not all going to agree on everything. That's not who America is either. But how we do it says a lot about us. And we need to be better about how we tone down the rhetoric to come together where we can. And there's a number of areas where we can come together. We've got to get our country back on track in terms of getting through the coronavirus, getting the vaccine widely distributed. But, yesterday was a dark day, and we can't have more days like that.
That's exactly right. Congressman Scalise, thank you.
Ainsley, great being with you. Thanks.
Thank you.